What's up, guys? It's me, Alan Gage for 12-44, and I was just going to do a quick little review and a little overview on this pretty cool thermal monocular that I got. It's a little pricey, so I'm not going to lie. I think the price right now is about just under $2,000. You have to look online. There's some dealers that you can try and go through to save you some money and get some deals. You can get a hold of Bill Hammond at Dark Knight Outdoors. That's the dealer I went through. He hooked me up with a external charging port with an external charging battery, and yeah, he's just a real good guy. We had to pre-order this. We got this. This is one of the first batches that came in straight from AGM. This is an AGM Taipan 25. So it's one of the upper models. So the range kind of varies. It says like I don't know, 300, 400 yard range, which is probably true, but it can actually see a lot farther than that, because I can, probably for bigger objects, cause I can see like the neighbor's like chimney and stuff, and they're probably about 1,000 some yards away, and it stands out like a sore thumb. So it definitely goes up and beyond. But if you're looking for animals like the size of a fox or a woodchuck or coyote or something like that, then you probably have to be a bit closer. Identifying can be a bit tough. Like, we were having troubles identifying between a fox or a coyote, but we knew what it was, at least a canine. That's where the night vision really comes in handy. But it was picking animals off at well over 300-400 yards, and we could tell that there was definitely something. But yeah, so here's what it looks like, fresh out of the box. Well, not quite fresh out of the box, but you got all your buttons up top here. Then you got your focus in the front, and then you have, I believe this is a fine-tuned focus here in the back. Yeah, you got your charging here on the bottom, right there. There's a screw for a mount. What I'm actually working on, if you guys want to follow along, there's actually a magnetic part in the lens, which is pretty nice, so it flops back over. But I'm working on a mount, because the ones I've seen I got a helmet, and it'll go on my head, and it'll screw into this. But most of the ones online I've been seeing go upside down, and I don't really want that for videotaping. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it the other way around, make a little bracket that comes down, and it'll sit right there. I have all the parts, I just need to put it together, and I can make that into a video if you guys want to see me putting my night vision, my thermal head mount all together. But it's a little tricky, a little DIY, but I can't find anything else on it really, so if you guys want to check that out, you can. But yeah, so here it is. I'm more than happy. This is my first thermal, and I couldn't be any happier with it. It does everything I want. We've been doing it for checking out our house to see where our heat's leaking for the winter. We live in Western New York, so it gets pretty cold up here, so it's going to save us some money for the heat efficiency of the house. It's going to really help us out with hunting, like for coyotes and fox, and even spotting raccoons and stuff when we go coon hunting. I was looking at the Pulsar XM30S, but they're about the same price point. But with the Pulsar, I think it had a 4.5 times base zoom, and this is only a 2.5, so you can see more in this compared to the Pulsar. And this does have, right there, the first button on the bottom here is your zoom feature. I think it goes 2 times, 4 times, and 8 times, if I remember correctly. But I don't use it all that often, to be honest, because when it zooms in, the graininess stays. So you're going to get a bigger image, but it's not going to, you know what I mean, like with a scope, you zoom it in, you can get a clear image of what you're looking at. Where this is, and I think it's very similar with other models, especially around this price point and under, is that when you zoom in, it doesn't enhance the picture, it just makes the picture bigger. So then M is your modes, so you can switch. There's red hot, white hot, red hot, and then I think fusion. I like white hot and red hot, white hot and black hot the most, just depending on what the terrain looks like. Here's your camera, and it also has your video. So you just push it once, I believe, for the picture, and then you hold it for the video. We've taken videos on this. I'm going to add some in the video after this, explaining the different animals you're seeing at different yardages. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're looking through this, it looks 10 times better than the video that I'm going to attach at the end of this. I don't know why it's like that, but it is crystal clear through this, and I really like it. I like it a lot. It's very clear imaging, but when you put it on the computer, for some reason it doesn't look nearly as nice. So I just want you to know that. And then here's your power. You have to hold it, turn it off, and then push the down button or the zoom button or whatever. It also it comes with a charger and stuff, but here's if you go with Dark Knight Outdoors, I can link them in the bottom. Send that I sent you to them, and they might even hook you up with one of these battery packs. So it's got a really long battery life. I think it's rated at 7.5 hours. I've used it quite a bit, and I've only had to charge it once so far, so I can't attest to the exact amount of time that it runs for, but I know it hasn't died out in the field on us, that's for sure. It also comes with a phone app, which is actually really nice, because not only can you be looking like this, you can have your buddy sitting there watching it on the phone, and then also we could be scanning and we could be watching on the phone. It comes really handy. Like, I can change the mode on here and it instantly changes it on my phone. I think it's called, the app is called T-Vision, I believe it's that one. And yeah, you can watch it on your phone or have someone else watch it while you're looking at this, so it gives you a bigger screen look through, in case you don't like looking through just this. You can just kind of scan like this and you'll be able to watch it on your phone. So it's really nice. I like it a lot. Yeah. So I don't know what else to say. It came in this box here, real nice, packaged nice. Came with a little cloth to clean it off. This is my first thermal, so I can't give you too much insight on this compared to other ones, but I did quite a bit of research especially when I'm dropping that kind of cash, and this is by far the best I could find. It's a brand new model. It just came out, I think, in February, March. I got it right when it came out, and it blew me out of the water. It's just so cool to look at things at thermal, and I wouldn't go back. I'd plan on keeping this for quite a long time. And if you're looking at getting into thermal and you got the money to spend, you got some stimulus checks, put them to use. Get yourself a AGM Taipan. There's the different models. I think I don't know off the top of my head, but I know this is a 25. This is one of the. There's 3 different models. This is the higher end one. Yeah. So yeah, check out if you got any other questions. You can just look it up. The specs or whatever are all online, but like you said, that it doesn't quite correlate with what you actually get, because it says that you can see things like 300 or 400 or 800 or whatever the yardage is, but I know I was seeing things way farther than that, because I could just look down the road and it'll look like Christmas lights, everything all lit up. So, but if you're hunting anywhere besides with the Midwest, where you got thousands and thousands of yard views, then this will be plenty enough. You can see things close up enough, like a cat right in front of you, which I'll show you in a video clip, and you'll also be able to see like a coyote or a fox 300, 400, 500 yards away all day long. And you pick out raccoons climbing through trees. You can probably pick out any animal you want. It will work out really nice. We're spotting woodchucks at it a couple hundred yards away. So I'll add that video in there. And yeah, so after this, we'll just stop right here. We're going to add some videos afterward. You're just going to hear me talking, explaining what you're looking at. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed. If you have any other questions, just look it up online. Message Bill Hammond if you want. And yeah, here's my thermal. Alright, so the first clip up is this deer. We got about, I'd say, about 150 yards. And you can see the hot coming, it's black hot, so the hot is coming from the legs and the feet. And the trees are showing up a little bit, but yeah, this is black hot deer. Here we have some deer closer up, I'd say about 50 to 75 yards. We've moved a little shaky here, but yeah, this is white hot, so you can see the difference between the white hot with deer and the black hot with deer. The different terrain and different whatever you like prefer. You see something in the background there on the wood line, probably a deer bedded down. Here we have a field a little farther distance out with some deer in there. A couple of different distances here. Those ones closer up are probably about 100 yards, but if you look real closely, all the background, there's some deer way up on the hill that get picked up. That's well over 1,000 yards. These other closer deer here, they're probably about 200 to 300 yards. Here are some real close up deer that we spooked up, but you can see some farther deer back. They're probably 50 yards. These close ones are. So this is a coyote. He's kind of walking through some brush. I'll get another angle of him. There we go. And yeah, this is the one coyote that we got on film. In the previous clip, the coyote was probably about 150 yards. Yeah, here's a fox, and the fox I'm looking at right now is about 300 yards, and this coyote is about 250 yards that I'm going to look back at. I'm just scanning for him, and right there he is. Yeah, this is white hot, and this is a coyote that we're looking at right now, and he's going back in the brush. Here's a little squirrely raccoon crawling through the field, about I'd say about 75 to 100 yards out in the cornfield. I can tell that the camera picks up better on cooler nights when there's, like, during the daytime it doesn't pick up quite as good just because of the heat difference, but these animals are putting out a lot of heat during the colder weather, and you can definitely pick up on that. Here's another pair. This is a pair of raccoons. We actually found them up a tree, and it's pretty cool because you can actually pick them through the trees. Yeah, so I'd say that these guys are they were probably about 150, maybe 200 yards. Probably closer to 150 yards though. Yeah, the branches and stuff kind of hide them at different times, but it's pretty cool. You can still pick them out through the trees. Here's this big fat one crawling around over here, jumping branches. This is, once again, this is raccoons, white hot, about 150, maybe 200 yards. Here we have another pair of raccoons. These ones are definitely about 200 yards. Especially the farther back one's probably closer to 250. That just jumped in the brush there. But yeah, this is on a wood line, a field line. And yeah, so this is a little bit farther away, different pair of raccoons, but just for size reference, fox and coyotes obviously look a lot bigger than this, and you can see that when you actually see them in the film. But the raccoons are a little on the smaller side. You'll see the back one pop up in just a second. Yeah, there he goes. Here's a woodchuck. It's this warmer day. This is in the spring, but it was probably about 70 some degrees, so you can see now the heat starting to pick up on more things, but the woodchuck's right in the center of the screen, about 400 yards. And then here we have my cat. This is black hot. This is very close up, but this is black hot. Then this is fusion right now on my cat. This is red hot. It says, well, it also says right on the screen there, but I'll tag along in case you can't see it somehow. There's white hot, and I'll flip back over to black hot here, and that's the cat, just to give you a little close up at how clear it works. And then we're going to end it on some pictures. This is black hot, just a picture I took of my dad. Here's a white hot, similar picture, just to show you the difference. There's going to be a fusion coming up. And then we got the house. You can just see where the heat is coming out the windows and around the door, and also around the chimney. So yeah, like and subscribe.